Welcome to another one of Don's Get Your Health Back series. Today is going to be amazing. I've got Steve McDermott here and we're going to cover topics that will introduce the potential of us getting disease that we give to ourselves. Now, Steve, you're a sort of a follower that disease can be introduced by ourselves.
Mainly motivated by our beliefs. So if we've got a belief that we're vulnerable, we will be vulnerable. So this is the basis that we create our own reality.
So if we believe that we're never going to get rid of a condition,
we're never going to get rid of it. Yeah.
If we can change that pattern, that mentally we can overcome that disease.
Well, the term overcome introduces the idea of winning or losing, but if you look at it as we can create a different reality that doesn't include the disease, then we've got unlimited possibilities.
That could be very similar to if you have parasites in the body, we can try and kill them, we can do all sorts of things to try and get rid of the parasites.
Yeah.
The only way to get rid of the parasites is to take away the environment that they live in, so the parasites don't have a home, similar to rats in a tip. We can burn them, shoot them, trap them, do whatever. The only way to empty the tip of rats is take away the tip.
Exactly, yes. So it's the terrain, like even Pasteur developed that belief in the end of his life, that he's fighting what he thinks is the bacteria when it really is the terrain.
The terrain. So that's the terrain in a physical form, but in a mental form, we create the terrain for disease to become prevalent.
Through our beliefs, yes, correct. Yeah.
Have you got an example of that?
For everyone, if you've constantly, as we discussed earlier, never finding a car park, you end up with a belief saying it's impossible to get a car park when you go to such and such an area. Yet, if you've got a different belief, someone's pulling out as you're arriving. So the reality that we are experiencing is still based on what we believe. So if we believe that, and this is where I think the genetic thing is well overused, because if you've got a parent or someone in the family who has a predisposition towards cancer or heart disease or whatever, it's easy to believe that that's your path as well. But there's absolutely no proof that that's exactly how it happens.
Well, I heard of a family that died at age 86. And the member would say, I'm 85, I'll be dead next year.
That's right.
And they all died at 86.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. So, it's all right to understand that, but how can we change our perception that we step out of those things that cause disease? For example, how do we step out of perception that I never get a car park?
Well, again, it's being an interrupter. Like, you really have to interrupt that thought pattern. And, there's been lots of books written about changing your sort of core beliefs. And there was a fellow, Maltz, who wrote about psycho-cybernetics back in the 70s. And what he was saying is like, you can grab the wheel of the steering wheel on a jumbo jet and take it to a different direction. But as soon as you let go of the steering wheel, it'll come back on course. And we're a bit the same. So we can't just overcome it with our mind. We have to get it to the point where it's a belief. And when it's a belief, there is no fight. It's, I've overcome the negative belief into a positive belief.
How's that? I love this because so many people I come across have a belief system that's based on something that happened when they were younger, and their condition continues on, and no matter what they do, it never goes away because they don't change the base. So I'm going to get Steve back because this is so fascinating. So for today, have a think about it and start to work on not overcoming your negative belief, but how you can eradicate it by knowing that you're now in a different state. There you go. Try that. And thank you for watching another one of Don's Get Your Health Back series.